Phenomena. Do 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 do. Phenomena. Do 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 do. Phenomena. Do 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 do.
Phenomena.
Hi everybody. Welcome back to Hello. Hey Alex, you seem a little quiet there, buddy.
Oh, sorry.
You're just setting things up.
Yeah, just making sure that Twitch actually pulls us up. There we go.
I like Twitch.
We are live.
Hi everybody. For those who are willing and wanting to join us on twitch.tv/brothersinarmspodcast, we are live right now on June 13th. It is 9:46 p.m. on the Eastern Seaboard. We are starting a little bit later this evening. I promise we will try our very best to keep it within the hour, but you know, the later we get, the more crazier we get. Yes? No?
Yay!
Maybe that guy. Hi guys, my name is Patrick. I am the oldest of the three brothers. The yay over there. That's Greg. Hi man, he's our middle. And Alex with the marvelous mustache. Hey buddy, he's our youngest. How you
That
doing,
mustache is so majestic.
I'm telling you, even this
Can't
late,
handle
it
it.
just so good.
It fits.
So it if it fits, it sits. All right. Well, this will be episode 73 once it hits the airwaves, and we are so grateful for you hanging out with us. If this is your first time here, welcome to the party. If this is your 73rd time, welcome back. Glad you're here. Sit back, relax, enjoy the fun and festivities that this camaraderie is, because, well, it's who we are and it's what we do. We're three brothers from the same mother and father. We've got a lot of stories. If you've hung out with us this long, you've probably heard, I'd say, about a third of them. I'm pretty confident we've got enough material to probably do another 140, 150 episodes. So, hi. Welcome to the show. So, gentlemen, it is June the 13th, which means we are well on our way into this summertime, summer of 21, and my baby girl, she's no longer a baby. She's becoming grown, and she, gentlemen, is she's doing the grown-up thing. She is working at camp. She's working at summer camp.
I'm getting old.
Try being the daddy of the one that's going to work at summer camp. So
we're getting old.
Yeah, we are, and that's quite all right. But what is your baby coming in there, Alex? Because you're leaning back.
No, I thought I heard her.
Oh, okay, good deal. So yeah, we are getting old, but I think we need to talk a little bit about summer tonight, fellas, because we were talking about some things off air. Sorry, guys, you can't be involved in that, but it is how we kind of get a little idea of where we're going this evening. But summers for us, growing up in Ohio, and then later on in Georgia, and then Kentucky, and then Georgia again,
Oh man.
Memories. Yeah, summertime for us was different growing up. Because there's 6 and 7 years between us. No, 7 and 8, 6 and 7. 6 and 7 years. 6 and 7 years between us, and so my memories of summertime are a little bit different from these guys because of that difference. But I wouldn't necessarily. Would you consider there's a generation between us? Like,
No.
we're two separate generations. Would you?
All right, that's a really good question.
No,
you're considered a geriatric millennial.
You old man.
Hey, Sonny.
Get off my lawn!
Get off my lawn!
Frikkin' matey. No, Patrick, that's actually honestly a really good question. I love you guys. That's a really good question. I would. All right, not to make this a long subject, but I would just say yes and no.
Okay.
So Yes, in some respects, because you are, in some respects, a child of the 90s. There are certain things that you grew up with in the early to mid 90s that Alex and I were too young to fully appreciate, but also know in the fact that um, there are some life events and experiences and everything else that we were all about. We are all old enough. We're within a window that we can appreciate,
Okay.
or at the very least, it affected all of us in a similar or close enough that it was a similar experience.
Okay.
So yes, but also no.
But it's like Schrodinger's generational gap, you know? He is, but he's not. Maybe?
Is the cat dead? Yes, but no. But is it? I don't.
Well, he opened the box, so now he is.
Now the cat. Now the cat is truly dead.
Yeah.
You
Well,
jerk.
you just confirmed it. That's right. You jerk.
You're a monster.
You're a monster. So back to my original line of thought, which I love the fact that we go rabbit trails. But growing up in Ohio, up until I was 14, and then these guys were what? Math. 8 and 7?
8 and
7 and 8? Yeah.
8 and 7.
We would regularly every summer go to the best theme park in the world,
Oh gosh.
Cedar Point.
Oh.
Cedar Point in Sandusky, Ohio. Ladies and gentlemen, if you've not ever been to Cedar Point, if you are a roller coaster enthusiast, please look up Cedar Point, Sandusky, Ohio, and thank us later.
America's roller coaster for the win.
This place is just when I think of summer, I always ask myself, it may be in the back of my head and it may come out loud to my wife, but do you think there's a chance we could go to Cedar Point this summer? And fellas, I took her one time just before we were married. So we went up and stayed with Grandma and Grandpa Malik when they were still living on Big Bass Lake. There she is. Hey, sweet girl.
Hi.
Hey, Caroline. Oh, look at you. Puppy dog tonight.
Hi.
Hi, Caroline. Hi.
Hi.
You're sweet. Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. Nice being apart. Hi.
Hi.
Can you shaka?
You win, girl. You
Can
win.
you shaka?
We're not gonna push buttons.
Yeah, and
You go
we're
shaka.
now no longer on Twitch.
And we're off.
She has hit the magic button.
And you go shaka?
Is that yeah?
Caroline, can you go shaka?
Yeah.
Yeah, she just nods. Yeah,
Shaka?
and she holds this hand
Hey.
up like.
Say, Caroline, say shaka.
I don't know what to do with my hands. I don't know.
Say shaka.
Can you say shaka? Shaka?
Shaka.
That was pretty good.
Yeah, we're working on it.
It's like this. Go shaka.
Shaka.
Are we throwing up gang signs now? What's up?
I don't
We're
know.
teaching
Go-
toddler gang signs.
We got her to say
Go
jerk
shaka?
earlier today. That was kind of fun.
Jerk?
Yeah.
And she nods her head.
Yeah. It was either jerk or turd.
You're a jerk.
You're a jerk.
The
Shaka.
dachshunds were yelling in the backyard.
Oh.
Yeah. Alright, I think she says it's time. Ready to go to bed? Time to go night night.
Bye bye.
Bye bye.
Good to see you.
Good night.
Good night.
Love you.
Oh, thank you.
Thank you.
Too sweet.
I'll see you later.
Night night.
Night night.
Awesome.
Sorry.
Awesome. No, never apologize for that. That's awesome. That's awesome. So yeah, Cedar Point, Sandusky, Ohio, best place on earth. Honestly, folks, I would rather go there than Disney. You can throw your hate mail at yourbrothersinarmspodcast at gmail.com. Honestly, I don't care.
I will take said hate mail
Yeah, because
and
Cedar Point's
tell you to
better.
get over it. Because
Yep.
yes,
Also,
Yep.
don't get me
Phil-
wrong. Don't get me wrong. Disney, because I've been to Disney a couple times now. Both
Oh, wow.
Disneyland. Yeah, no, Disneyland. I've been to Disneyland a couple times, and obviously I've been to Disney World. Don't get me wrong. I'm not knocking the Disney fanatics. It has its place. It's definitely it's a fun experience. It's a very expensive experience.
I'm the yeah.
But
Yeah, we all nod on that one. You betcha.
but I'm with you, Patrick. Cedar Point, hands down. Like, if you just want to go to a theme park and ride roller coasters specifically,
Yes, roller coasters.
go to Cedar Point.
That's right.
There's over 20.
Is there now?
There's over 20.
That is insane.
That's worth the
Yeah,
trip.
you can't beat that.
Yep. So, anyways, I took Carrie there once. She loved it. It was one of those days that rained midway through and then came back open, so it ran the crowds away, and then we got to ride whatever we wanted. Oh,
Yeah, no, that's
such a
legit.
day. Such a day. And it was one of those that, when so you had the Millennial Force, but then you had the one that was even taller than that.
Top Thrill
Top
Dragster.
Thrill Dragster.
No, that one wasn't up yet. That one wasn't up in that year. Oh shoot. So Millennial
What's-
Force was the silver one. The other
No.
one was the
Millennial
Force
is
is blue.
blue.
okay.
Magnum
So
is the silver
Magnum
one.
2000 was the silver one, right?
Magnum's red.
Silver and red.
Silver and red. Yeah. But anyway, so we're on the Millennial Force, and it goes up, and then when it comes back down, it comes back in on its side or
Mhm.
on itself, and then
Oh,
yes. Okay. So, anyways, you're at the top of this thing, and you swear you can see Canada across Lake Erie.
that's not a swear. You can
can.
see Canada.
So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, it's worth the trip. Oh my goodness. Yes, thank you. So that's my ideal summer memory. I know we got a question coming up later. So I'm not gonna jump the gun, but by the time we went to Atlanta the first time, that's when I really got introduced to Six Flags. Because never really understood what Six Flags was until we went to Atlanta. And Aunt Chris and Uncle Peter and their kids, Jenny, Emily, and Becky, we went to we went to Six Flags over Georgia. And that was legit. It was fun. It really was fun. But still doesn't hold a candle to
Nope.
Cedar Point.
Mm-mm.
Then we went to Louisville, and in Louisville they had Kentucky Kingdom.
It's now Six
Which
Flags
then-
Kentucky Kingdom.
Not anymore. Six Flags sold it.
Oh.
So it's kind of ping pong back and forth. So Kentucky Kingdom, then it was Six Flags Kentucky Kingdom. Now it's something else. I don't know what it is.
Now it's just Kentucky Kingdom again.
Kentucky Kingdom again. Okay, so they did have the moniker. They have some legit roller coasters, some good ones, decent ones. Now, one of them that constantly got stuck upside down, but let's not get into that one.
Deja vu.
That's right. That's right. My wife will tell you that her claim to fame was Kings Island, and Kings Island was one of those. Yeah, I know, right? So I think that one was outside of Cincinnati. I think.
No.
I think. I can't remember. So that one. Now we're up here in West Virginia, and everybody talks about Hershey Park.
No.
Boys, have you ever been to Hershey Park?
Yes.
Can't say I have.
I've been there once.
No.
And all I remember is everything smelled like fake chocolate.
Yep.
Everything.
Everything.
Including the bar that you pushed across your lap to ride the roller coaster.
Should have checked it for chocolate before you did that.
Sir,
Ooh.
that's not chocolate! I've been to one other Six Flags, and that is Six Flags of America, which is over in y'all's neck of the woods. It's not that bad. It's not that bad. They got a good Gotham area that's got some decent rides on it. So, yeah. But sorry, went down that rabbit trail.
So speaking of summer,
Yeah.
so while we're on that subject, the memory that sticks in my head, and it's not a specific memory, it's just what I remember most about summer is going to Grandma and Grandpa Malik's. And not just not just with mom and dad, because we did go up and visit with mom and dad. But Patrick, I remember us going, like, whether it was just Alex and I, or Alex, you and I, or the like, we used to go to Grandma and Grandpa Malik's for, I don't know how long it was, like a week, 2 weeks during the summer, and
Mhm.
specifically when they lived on Big Bass Lake. Um, and we the two things that stick out in my mind, I will never forget. One is the fishing.
Yeah.
And I think Grandpa, God bless him, Grandpa Melick planted the love of just getting out on the water and throwing a line in for the three of us. And obviously, for me, it didn't really stick until I was, in the last year or two,
Sure.
of how much fun it is just to get out. I don't care if I catch anything. But I just want to go out and throw a line in, and just how that feels.
Yeah.
Um, so that sticks in my mind. And then the other thing, just kind of like one of those like random memories of that experience. You guys remember the pillow fights?
Yeah. They had
Patrick,
that.
you're giggling. You're giggling. Do you remember this?
No, he usually stayed in the romper room, the room with the trundle bed in it.
Okay,
It was you and I that were on the pull-out couch.
so Alex and I used to sleep out in the living room, and Grandma and Grandpa Malik's house, their bedroom, which it was a split level house. So
Right.
you walked in the front door, and then you had this big stairway that walked down into the living room slash
Right.
kitchen dining room with the 30-foot ceiling. And Grandma and Grandpa Melick's room was just to the left of that.
Right.
And they specifically had, and I'll never forget this, they had a railing that they got to look over the rest of the room,
Right.
which was cool and pretty. But more specifically, it was an opening.
Yeah.
And I don't know who started it. To this day, I still don't remember who started it, but someone threw a pillow. Whether it was Grandpa D, or if it was Alex or I, but someone threw a pillow, which turned into the most ridiculous. Alex and I would throw pillows from the living room 15, 20 feet up into this opening into Grandma and Grandpa Melick's bedroom. It was just nonstop that we were throwing these pillows back up, and Grandpa D, I'm sure, because he'd be the one to instigate. Grandpa D would be throwing these things back down at us until Grandma finally was just like, "Stop, please go to bed." Oh man, gosh, I just that's that, and then more. So Grandpa wouldn't let us hook our Super Nintendo up to the TV downstairs.
Not in the living room, right?
Absolutely not. So we had to put it up in Grandma and Grandpa's bedroom because they had a little TV upstairs. And Patrick, I remember this very well. Specifically, we were playing Street Fighter 2.
Okay.
And I don't know if you had rented it or we borrowed it or what it was, but you had a copy of Street Fighter 2. And I remember vividly sitting up in Grandma and Grandpa Malik's bedroom, and the three of us crowded around this very tiny TV playing Street Fighter 2
It's about the size of like a Game Boy screen. It was
with
ridiculous.
a so their bedroom had a mirror that was a bunch of little panels
Right.
that encompassed an entire wall.
A whole
And I
wall.
just
Yeah.
which never mind. Makes me think like I just remember sitting in front of that TV with this huge wall of mirrors behind us or in front of us and playing Street Fighter on this tiny little TV. That memory sticks in my head so well.
It's funny how those things click, you know?
It was an experience. Like
Yeah.
there was something about that experience that just sticks in my head.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah. So I don't know when it was for you guys. So I was probably, oh man, 7, 8 maybe. So you guys must have just been one and newborn or whatnot. But I got to go to Grandma and Granddad Richmond's
Mm.
for the summer. And it wasn't just a week, it was a month. I went down for a month. And they came up. We were living in Shelby, Ohio at the time. And this house was right next to this humongous property that was owned by this company that made the cement tubes that go in the ground, the big. So we called it the tubie. But our property was this humongous backyard. And then it was connected to like another lower field of just another huge space. And then that had woods behind it, which was another huge space. So guys, we had so much space to play in. But Grandma and Grandpa Mellick came over to say goodbye, or it was like close to my birthday. So it just made sense. And so Grandma and Grandpa Mellick were there. Grandma and Granddad Richmond were there. And we all decided to go out to the backyard to play baseball because I was playing baseball at the time and I loved it. And I was out in the yard and Grandpa Mellick threw the ball up and hit it to me. And it was a nice grounder. It was on the ground that I could reach down and grab it with my glove and throw it back. And I put my glove down and the ball hit a dip in the ground before my glove and came up and popped me in the right eye.
Hmm.
And it hit me so hard that I fell backwards. And so I had this black eye that probably was from the bridge of my nose up into my eyebrow. So like this whole section. And I have a picture of Grandpa on my right, me in the middle, and Granddad on my left. And I've got I probably just got finished crying from this black eye, but it was huge. And the next day, I had to go with Grandma and Granddad down to Rome, Georgia. No, they were in Fulton, to Fulton, and spend the month with them. That was something. That was some crazy stuff. That summer, I got to go to my first camp at Camp Grandview as a camper. I went to Boys and Girls Club camp because Grandma and Granddad had a Boys and Girls Club at the Fulton Corps. And that summer, they brought the Harlem Globtrotters, literally the Harlem Globetrotters, into the Boys and Girls Club. And we got to experience them in the club, playing with the kids and all that fun stuff. That was awesome. But yeah, Boys and Girls Club camp. I was, 7 or 8. I think I was 8. And never forget it. It was amazing. absolutely amazing. But yep, summer memories, man. It's good stuff. Alex, what about you?
Huh?
What?
What? What?
What?
You got any summer memories that you enjoy, bub, from growing up?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've got a couple. But first and foremost, I just saw a name in the chat that I have not seen in a while, and
Oh yeah.
I would like to say welcome back to old Samson Ezekiel.
Samson Ezekiel, what's
Samson.
up, dude?
Samson.
Yeah,
Hey,
he's
buddy.
on. I don't got anything in him from chat yet, but it says he's in there. So welcome
Sweet.
back.
What's up, man? Good to see you. Hear from you.
No, so you guys have covered a lot of the stuff that I remember, which I mean, it happens from being the third, you know. Um, but by the time everything gets down to me, it's all been done already. So
That's not true. You've definitely done things that I've never done, and I'm sure there's things. You are the only one of the three of us, I think, Alex, that ever played football.
Nope.
Yep.
I played.
Patrick did.
Oh, did you?
Yep.
Oh. Through what
Yep.
grade?
Before we left Shelby. No, before we left Loudonville. Excuse me. Yeah, so I played in middle school. I played tight end, offense and defense.
Huh.
Yep.
I was a left tackle.
Nice.
Yeah.
I
Get
never
'em.
played football.
Never?
Nope.
And you're the tallest of us.
I know.
Yep.
I don't know what it was. Maybe I don't know if it was just kind of like being the middle child or what it was, but I never got pushed or
Yeah.
never was
Uh-huh.
I never played sports.
Aw. He never sported.
I never sported.
Aw.
I didn't play any sort of sports until I was in the Marine Corps.
Huh.
Only reason I did was my first day whenever we transitioned over from Louisville to Owensboro. I walked in and the football coach was like, "You're kind of a bigger dude. Want to play football?" Sure.
Sure.
Yeah, I'll do that. Only reason.
Oh.
And then I got to high school and it was marching band, so nah, fam.
Yeah, I got you.
I ain't doing that.
I got you.
But no, so summers for me were more about downtime than anything else. You know, because the way that I think about it and the way that I've, always thought about it, more often than not, I'm pretty sure everyone else pretty much thinks the same way. Because we all went through school, right? And we were
Yeah.
all accustomed to summer, right? So you always think of summer break as summer break. Doesn't matter what job you're at. It doesn't matter what's going on in the world or what have you. Everything always revolves around the school schedule. It's just what's in your head. So you think about summer, you think about, all right, so it's time for a break. We're going to pick back up in the fall. Everything's going to be great. That this is your time for vacation. So one last hurrah before we all went our separate ways. My friend group and I and Greg got the opportunity to come up and stay at Grandma and Grandpa's, and
Oh yeah.
we took them to Cedar Point.
What?
Yeah, we all got done working at camp for the summer. That was the summer that Liz had her surgery.
Oh, the shoulder?
The shoulder. Yeah.
I got you.
So she was supposed to come as well. So literally, we had myself and Spencer Cape and Matt Lane and Bianca. Now Spencer and Bianca are married. It was Matt and Bianca that were dating at the time. And then Liz was supposed to come with us. And then Mom and Dad and Greg. And we ended up staying in a tent on their back patio. the the 4 boys, and then Bianca got to sleep
What?
inside on the couch. And then we literally we went and hung out. We fished for a couple of days, and then we all went to Cedar Point. And there are still pictures of that, of Dad with all of us, of Mom with all of us, Mom and Dad with all of us, getting to ride all the different stuff, sitting with Dad on the roller coasters, just going and having a good time, having that downtime before everyone literally all went their separate ways.
Sure.
Most everybody in that group stayed in Georgia. Mom and Dad and I went up to West Virginia. Greg, I don't remember. Was that the same? Was that the week?
I was already in the Marine Corps.
Okay, so
Were
Greg
you
went
really?
up back up to
Yep.
Norfolk.
So I was stationed in Beaufort by that point, if I'm not mistaken. So I took leave and came up to Ohio. It just happened. It all worked out perfectly. It happened to coincide with vacation. Like my summer vacation. It all coincided with my summer vacation so that I was able to come up to see Alex and see Mom and Dad and enjoy the summer with them.
That's good stuff, man.
Yeah, it was I'm sitting here looking for one of those photos right now.
Mm-hmm.
It was an absolute blast.
Absolute blast.
I spent a week in in
Ohio.
Ohio.
So
And literally that is what we did every we were fishing, we were going and just having a great time swimming and whatever else. And then we went to Cedar Point for the day. And that sticks in. I remember that. I remember that vividly.
it was also the same summer that I found out that I'm allergic to Matt and Spencer's couch. I don't know how
That's
that
a
happened.
specific thing. Their couch.
Yeah, so Mom and Dad had
Very-
already been transferred, right? Major Reefer came down, and Captain Bell came down. They were both the DYS and ADYS respectively. And I ended up going back home with them to Atlanta for the weekend because we had the weekend off.
Okay.
Go to spend some time with them, get some, actual food, like not just be stuck in the dorm room waiting for the next camp to pop up.
Sure.
And they lived in the basement of Matt's mom's house. No, not Matt's mom's house, Spencer's house. Because Matt's mom ended up moving. But anyway, so they ended up, they lived in the basement, and they had like a fully furnished like basement. So their room itself was a room off of it, and there were 2 beds in there, and then I got the couch. And apparently, sleeping on that couch for some reason, I don't know if it was, some fiber or something, or, my sweat mingling, whatever. But I had probably like the worst allergic reaction that I have ever had in my armpits.
Not good.
No.
In your pits?
Yes.
Oh,
That
all
sounds
the
like a
places-
deodorant,
of
not.
all the places.
Yeah.
Man.
So literally, like, I got taken to the hospital later that week to look and see because obviously you should not have like fluid filled boils underneath your armpits.
No.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Yeah. So they did all sorts of tests. They checked all sorts of things, and that was the majority of the rest of that summer, but quite literally, like, I had to wear diaper rash cream underneath my armpits.
Ew.
Yeah, it was bad.
Yikes!
It was bad. But no joke, like having that friend group up there with us and getting to share, what is arguably the best amusement park ever,
Cedar Point, let's go.
Without fail.
without fail. And talking to those guys, you will still hear them talk about how Cedar Point is just the end all be all of everything.
Love it.
Absolutely everything.
Well, I saw a ball cap in my thrift store the other day from Cedar Point, and I was like, "It's a sign. I gotta go. We gotta go.
Did
We
it
gotta
have
find a
Snoopy on
way."
it?
No, it was
Uh-huh.
straight up. It was a new one. It was one that had the orange and the blue and something else stripes. But yeah, I think it was probably 2 seasons ago because I doubt they were open last year. But yeah,
Unfortunately, nothing was open
yeah.
last season.
But they're open this year. So there you go.
Amen.
There you go. Dudes, I love it. That's good stuff. So I have got a question for you. Are you ready for this?
Send it.
It's
You
Greg's
ready?
week. What are you doing?
That's right. It is Greg's week. Greg, why don't you go?
All right,
Come
I
on,
got the
man.
question.
Why
Send
am I
it. You
dragging?
ready? All right, here's the question. Speaking of like having a good time and having fun,
He's
and you
gotta
guys
go
are
twice.
messing with
Yeah.
you guys are messing with me, but I'll go ahead and go twice just for kicks and giggles.
No,
Do you want
Patrick's
me?
got
Do you want
it.
me to give a question? Because I'll give a question.
If you're locked and loaded, man, go ahead.
If you want to, unless Patrick, you want to give your question, I will happily answer it.
I got one, but go ahead.
All right. So speaking of like having a good time, what is the most unusual but fun experience you've ever had?
Most unusual but fun.
I know, right?
Most unusual.
To you, again, relative term.
Right. Yeah,
So
yeah. What I
something
might
that
think is unusual is somebody's everyday occurrence. So,
right.
yeah, sure.
Uh-huh.
What? No, you don't think?
Oh, no, I'm with you. Deep sea fishing off of an aircraft carrier.
Yeah, that's pretty
That's-
unusual.
Yeah. Yeah. Here's the thing, though. Alex, have you ever seen anybody catch anything off the back of a boat?
Yes.
Yes?
Yes.
Legit. Like,
Legit.
was the boat moving or stationary?
Stationary.
Stationary.
Yeah.
Okay. That
Yeah,
makes
we-
more sense.
We anchor up. And then that's one of the things. Like, there's literally dudes standing on the flight deck, chipping golf balls into the Gulf. Um,
4?
So my last commander, right, my last captain, literally his office is on the O10 level. Okay, so it's maybe about 100 feet in the air, give or take, on a thing called the island. And if you're that high up, one of the things
Alex has told me this story.
one of the things that they make you
I
do
love
is
this story.
they put like safety chains up. They put like poles, and then there's chains to make sure that you don't fall over the side. Well, this captain was literally retired at this point. He was retired and then retained for active duty. So, in a sense, he was the only person who could be the captain. So, they needed him, but he was past his retirement. So, essentially, what the Navy did is they retired him. He was collecting his severance check, his, retirement. And then the Navy was paying him what's called per diem. Right? Because if you're out of the service, but they keep you on, they basically pay you time and a half daily. Yeah. So he did not care
So ridiculous.
at all.
He does whatever he wants.
Didn't give a single care in the world. So if you walked out outside on the weather decks from his office, 10 stories up, you'd find that the safety chains were down up there on one side. With a putting green out on the weather deck, and right next to his like cigar ashtray, where no joke, he would step out, he would light up a cigar, and he would start teeing up and set, golf balls on tees on this putting green and chip balls across the flight deck into the ocean. Like his goal was to try and make it across the flight deck and not hit any planes.
Wow. And not hit
Uh,
a plane, which mean, in a sense, he did strike a plane.
Yep.
Yeah.
Gosh, I would be if I swear if some I don't care what rank he is, if some skipper
no.
dinged up my bird because he was chipping golf balls off his little personal putting green over top of the flight line or flight deck, I would kill him.
Four.
Honest, I would kill him. I would straight kill him. I'm still mad. Our airframe or our flight line shop here at my unit smashed two planes into each other not but a few weeks ago, and I'm still mad about it.
Oh no.
Yeah, there were some great memes that came out of it.
Oh no.
Someone took a picture of like a close-up picture of the two planes hit together, and then right underneath it was a picture of oh gosh, what's his name? It's not Floyd Mayweather. What's the guy that's
Conor
got the list?
McGregor.
Huh?
Oh, Mike Tyson.
It's got a picture of Mike Tyson holding two doves, and underneath it says, "Now Keith."
No, Keith.
Now, two birds touching each other. It made me
No.
laugh.
We
No,
also
I think
Keith.
it's hilarious.
we got
Now
Grandma
Keith.
back in the chat, guys. Hi, Grandma.
Hey,
Hi,
Grandma.
Grandma.
Now, Keith.
No, Keith.
Now Keith. That'll be part of the show notes. Now Keith.
All right, Patrick.
But
Unusual, or
Yep.
Greg. Unusual but fun. Sorry. No, it's Patrick.
Most. Yeah, it's me.
Patrick.
Unusual but fun. All right, so I find great pleasure in preparing and serving meals on disaster. It blesses my heart when it's a blessing to others, number one. But number two, I just like making food and lots of it. I probably make too much every single time, and I count it a great sufferance upon myself if I don't make enough. And so I absolutely love making food while on disaster. Big old pans of chicken and rice, big old pots of chili, big old, just all kinds of stuff. I love it. Like, it's fun to me. Would I do it more than the 14 days? Absolutely not, because I need to get home. But that to me is fun. That's a real blessing to me. And when Dad talks about it, when Mom talks about it, when they share their episodes of serving not just on disaster but in their day-to-day stuff, I get excited about it because it's really cool. Like, we're getting a little insider trading here, folks, but we're getting a canteen here locally in Parkersburg.
oh, that's cool.
It's a new one. It's a new model. It's a new way of doing this service. It's very exciting. And it's going to be here. So that to me is really, really exciting. But yeah, so yeah, it's good stuff. So I like to make a lot of food.
That's legit.
Appreciate it. What do you got, G?
My favorite unusual but fun experience, the one that sticks in my head. So my 30th birthday, I turned 30 while I was out on recruiting duty. And the day I turned 30, the local curling league.
Curling.
Yep. So we have in where I was stationed in Utica, there is a curling rink. No, not that kind of curling. the kind where you throw giant rocks, slide giant rocks down the ice.
Oh.
Yeah, yeah, that kind of curling, not 12-ounce curls, not bending your tongue in weird shapes. The kind that you slide giant rocks across the ice and let them go, and watch them slide down the ice
Bye, Rock.
at the other end. Exactly. Bye.
Bye.
I went curling for my 30th birthday. It was absolutely hilarious.
Yeah.
It was hands down one of the most it is the most ridiculous sport you can watch at the Winter Olympics. I'm telling you right now, y'all, go watch curling at the Olympics this next in 2022. Because it is so ridiculous. It looks stupid simple. It is crazy hard in the terms of easy to learn, ridiculously hard to master.
Hmm.
And it is so much fun. It's absolutely hilarious. Throwing rocks down the ice, trying to get it as close to this. It is shuffleboard on steroids. That's
Let's
the only way to describe it.
go.
It is so much fun. Hands down. I had so much fun curling, and I enjoyed it so much. So it was a introductory. You paid
Oh.
a flat rate. It was only a couple bucks to get to go and play for like an hour. I had
Okay.
so much fun. I did it twice. I went once and I was like, this is awesome. I need to go again. If I had been in a different position on recruiting duty, I probably would have joined a league.
Wow.
That is how much fun I had learning how to curl when I was on recruiting duty. I highly recommend it. If
Very
you
cool.
get the opportunity, definitely go and learn how to curl, or at least go and try it, because it is so much fun.
Good deal. Have you done axe throwing yet?
Yes.
Okay,
That's a
good.
lot of fun too.
I like that one. I like axe throwing. It's fun.
It is. I like axe throwing. I like watching axe throwing. I like watching sports I like watching sports, period. So you can watch the national, international axe throwing competitions on ESPN.
What?
I don't know if I don't know if you guys it's like ESPN 8, the O show. Um that was a joke.
No, there's actually an ESPN 8 now.
We're not in dad jokes yet, man. Hold on. Just hold on.
I mean, case in point, I don't know if you guys are the Euro Cup's going on right now, right?
Yes.
The Euro Cups, that's soccer, right?
Yep, that's European football, American soccer,
Football.
Football. So the European Cup is going on right now, and they're in the initial elimination rounds, individual group play. And it's actually kind of nice. The times that the games stream are mid-afternoon, early morning, mid-afternoon here in the United States. So they're not stupid late, because the games traditionally start at 7:30 local time. Um, I watch the mess out of those games. I love watching them. I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun.
No kidding.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Highly recommend. 10 out of
Okay.
10 would do it again.
So you were talking about curling, then you went to football.
Mhm.
When I'm thinking of curling, though, I'm thinking of non-athletic people who are doing gold medal level stuff. Am I
So,
wrong in
Yeah.
saying that?
The team of dads
well,
that won gold.
yes,
Team of dads
yes,
won gold, right?
Yeah.
yes, and no. Curling is demanding, it is challenging physically. So based off my experience, my limited experience playing it a handful of times, it is challenging. but it is
It's
not.
like ironing on ice.
Well, no, it's more than that. It's not a game that. So, like I said, you could go out right now if we were if the temperature was right, or if you had an indoor rink that you could go and curl, like go to a curling rink and play. I promise you that you could go and throw a rock down the ice. You wouldn't have any problems doing that, Patrick. Alex, as he is demonstrating his skill. You could easily
I know how to
go
use a Swiffer.
and curl a rock. It would not be that difficult.
Nope.
I got you.
But it's again, it's very easy to go out on the ice and throw a rock down the ice. It's very hard to aim and put the right amount of force letting the rock go down the ice, and working with your teammates to ensure that rock, because again, the way curling works, so it defies the laws of physics.
Math is math.
Math
No,
is math. Friction
math,
is friction.
right. But when you let a rock go down the ice, and you put a little, you put a little spin on the rock when you let it go. So the rock is not perfectly smooth on the bottom. It's actually shaped kind of like a donut.
I like donuts.
I also
Yep.
like donuts.
And the ice is not perfectly smooth.
It's ice.
It is it's
Too cold.
It's pebbled, for lack of better words. So they smooth out the ice, and then they put down, they spray it with kind of almost like water droplets, which creates, so like the ice is not smooth, it's actually has a texture to it.
No
And
Zambonis.
no Zamboni. Well, not a Zamboni, but they definitely like make the ice smooth, and then they spray it, and then they scrape it. And what it does is it creates a textured pattern on the ice. And when you turn the rock, as you let it go, that turning motion, as the rock moves down the ice, the weight of it and everything else, it actually causes the rock to curl. That's where the name comes from.
Huh.
And what the sweepers are doing when they're actually brushing the ice, they're briefly, momentarily heating up the ice as the rock is moving down. So the faster you brush, the more speed the rock picks up, and the straighter the rock goes. So if they stop brushing, the rock will start to curl a little bit. As they brush some more, the rock will straighten out. So they have to, you know, a mixture of like brush, stop, let the rock curl a little bit, brush some more to keep the rock going straight, to move the rock where they want it to go. So again, it sounds simple, and it is, in the fact that you or I could go out on the ice right now with a rock, and push it down the ice, let it go, and it would go from one end of the playing field to the other. But it takes more than just sending the rock down. There is a level of skill and experience that comes into the game that makes it challenging. So I will get off my high horse. Go try it. It's fun. It's ridiculous. It looks silly as heck the first time you play it, but once you actually get a chance to try it, you're gonna be like, well, holy cow, like this is better than playing a little bit of cornhole.
Which, by the way, is also a national, like, championship level type game. But I'm
Yep.
not going to get into that because we need to throw some dad jokes before we leave. Was that a dad joke already? I don't know. I shouldn't.
Always.
I shouldn't. You know, I'm really good at guessing what's inside wrapped presents.
Are you?
Yeah, you might say it's a gift.
Well, well,
That's a deep subject.
Well,
that's a deep subject.
Well.
What happens when you eat aluminum?
Um,
I don't know.
You sheet metal.
you sheep. You're gonna go study abroad.
Abroad? Nah,
Yeah.
man.
What's her name?
Oh, stop.
Family Channel.
Patrick started it.
I did not. Well, maybe I did.
But Patrick, did you hear the story about the cheese that saved the world?
No.
Yeah, it was legendary.
Legend. Dairy. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. That's the 10th passenger today who's called me a terrible bus driver. I don't know where these people get off.
Speaking of, did you watch the new comic book movie?
No.
Yeah, I heard it was very graphic.
Oh. Wah, wah. I always get nostalgic putting my car in reverse. It really takes me back.
Yeah.
And Patrick, I might stop using straws.
Really?
Not only is it good for the environment, but this is the final straw.
Knock, knock.
Who's there?
Europe.
Europe who?
Oh, that's not very nice.
What?
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 What? Okay, one more.
Well.
All right, I got one more. What did the traffic light say to the crosswalk?
I don't know.
What did it say?
Don't look now. I'm changing.
Family Channel?
So what's the difference between black-eyed peas and chickpeas?
One's a musician and one's something you eat.
Very close. Black-eyed peas can sing us a song, and chickpeas can only hum us one.
All right, that was good.
Oh, that's a good one.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you so very much for hanging out with us tonight on Brothers in Arms podcast. I almost forgot where I was. On Brothers in Arms podcast. We are your brothers. We're all in bear arms. No, just kidding.
All bear arms.
We all bear arms. It is the 13th of June. This is episode 73, and we are so grateful that you chose to hang out with us this evening. If you'd like to join us live on Sundays, typically it's on Sundays around 9 o'clock-ish. You can find us on twitch.tv/brothersinarmspodcast. If you'd like to actually get a heads up as to when we're getting ready to jump on this thing called the Twitter or the Twitch, you can follow us on Twitter at yourbrothersinarmspodcast. You can also find this episode and all of the episodes before it up to episode 15 on our YouTube channel at Brothers in Arms Podcast. What?
It just blows my mind that we've been
Oh, I
doing
know.
this long.
Since, right? I was going through some files today trying to find some music, and I found episode 8 still on my laptop, and I was like, "Oh my goodness!" That was like, what, 2 years ago now? Are we 2 years? Yeah,
We're
roughly?
getting there.
Close.
We are
We'll be-
approaching.
2 years in September. So, yeah, good times. Good times. So, ladies and gentlemen, thanks again for hanging out with us. We truly, truly appreciate you. Greg, any parting remarks?
As always, ladies and gentlemen, drink water, change your socks, take Motrin.
There you go. Feel better. Alex? Yeah. The man of few words.
Nod the head.
The
Nod the
words-
head.
The words that
Nod
matter.
the head.
The words that
That's
matter.
right. Words that matter. Yep.
Patrick?
Oh, and I would just encourage you, again, check on each other, check on yourself, take time for yourself, take a vacation. They're built in for a reason. Do it when you can, because there's a sign that I passed by on my way home that says, "Life's too short. Buy the shoes." And so I would just apply that to this. Life's too short. Enjoy your vacation. Take the time off and go do something for you. So there you go. Love you guys. Have a fantastic week. And boys, it's been a pleasure hanging out with you tonight. Thank you so much.
Yeah.
Love you
Thank
too,
you.
bro.
Love it.
Thanks, guys. Love you very much. Y'all take care. Bye now.
Bye.
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 Bye. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.
Bye. Bye.
Meow.
Baby shark do 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 do. Baby shark do 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 do. Baby shark do 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 do. Baby shark.
We're still alive. Do 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 do.
Mama shark. Do, 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 do.
All right. Bye, guys.
Mama shark.
Bye.